of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I want to introduce Megan Vance. She's here tonight to help our new clerk treasurer, Melissa Davis, who was caucused in last night. And so if everybody would welcome Melissa. We're
Welcome, Melissa.
excited about having her. So now we're gonna do a roll call. We got Connie Hargis here, Shirley Richards
Here.
Donna Lashley
Here.
Daryl Wilson
Here.
Todd Hayes is not gonna be here. Do we have approval of claims? Do I have a motion to accept the,
Make a motion to pay the bill.
do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from July the 9th, 2026?
I'll make the motion.
Make the motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And tonight we have Commonwealth.
Try to be quick. Applications and an update on the lead service line project. Apologize for here for the first place here to call again, but here we go. So I've got pay application number 22 for Division A with Brock Hempel, which is the wastewater treatment plant project. The plant is online, treating wastewater, doing a great job right now. There's always hiccups when you start one up. The biggest headache I think has been alarms going off on the UV system. I think they've got that worked out, but I think they were getting 50 alarms a day, something like that. Very annoying. And that does tend to happen. I think this one actually backed up to never had this happen before, but the speed with which a valve was closing was too fast and it was rushing water through. Water level was going down below the bulbs, and so that triggers it. So, and I've done 8 of these and have not had that happen. So I don't know why this one is, but that's what the theory is. That's what they've done now. So it's good. Dust effect treatment's been great. Phosphorus levels were a little bit high, but that's a matter of tweaking the chemical that you add to it. Theory doesn't always work in practice, so it's kind of one of those ideas. But
You had something was seeping through the.
yeah, we had one of the structures that was added onto. They had leaks that were coming through that. It was deep holes in the sequel concrete. They got those stopped since last time. That's what is such a delight for them. They said they've seen a few more weep holes maybe in the SBR tank itself. They're doing the same process with that. Basically, they drill a hole into the concrete and high pressure inject grout material that binds the water cracks by pressure, and it seals those up. So that one was fixed, and then they're working on a few more that have popped up. So not on time, not very common concrete mix, but yeah, all that is pretty much resolved. So not a lot of payment work activity. They've been insulating pipes and different things like that. Now we're to the phase where they can start doing demo work, clean up, start getting things online. It has not reached, they have not requested, and we've not granted substantial completion yet. So the warranty has not started on anything at this point. So that will start whenever we do issue substantial completion. And that's not just our call, that's the city's call as well. So with that, Division A, pay application number 22 for work that was completed from June 26th through July 25th, 2026 for $29,925.00. Need a motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve Division A in the amount of 29,925.
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'm sitting here daydreaming.
Division B, a little simpler. This is the collection system portion of the project. This is Blankenberger Brothers. They have been putting in 36-inch and 24-inch pipe out on the other side of it. So nobody sees where they're working, but they have been working, doing a lot of work, put that in. And then they will move into more work into town as they are able to get that completed. So Division B is with Blankenberger Brothers. This is application number 2 for work done from June 12th through July 25th of 2026 in the amount of $964,537.41.
Do I have a motion to pay Division B, pay application number 2 for Blanken Brothers?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
Third pay application is your lead service line replacement project that's active right now. This is with Love Excavating. This is for work done from June 26th through July 24th. This has all been potholing, investigative work, determine where we do and don't have lead, for them to then later come back and replace those lines. So I'm going to get your pay application approved, and I'll give you an update on a couple other things with that project. But this is pay application number 2 with them for $60,091.50.
Do I have a motion to pay application number 2 for Love Excavating for $60,091.50?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
First thing related to lead is if anybody out there listening has received a right of entry request to get on their property, please sign those, get those into the city. That allows them to come in and determine if there's lead on your property, and then we will replace it free of charge as part of the project if we can do it now. Can't do it now, then it's going to be on the homeowner to replace it in the future. Some of these lines we have determined the city side is lead, but we can't get on the private side without permission to determine if that is or not. We can't replace any of it if we don't know both sides. So really definitely need those. They will run out of work investigating next week. They've done all of them that we have permission to get on the property. So
How many do we have outstanding?
that's a lot.
I think 60% is what they said.
Wow.
That won't
People
sign.
aren't just gonna talk.
So we've sent them probably 3 different times. We posted it in the paper, we put it on Facebook, we've put door hangers on everybody's door. And I think Love has done. So as they have gone and they've put door hangers, they've sent letters and still can't get the people to respond.
So
So
they probably had 3 to 5 notifications.
probably 5 to, yeah.
Yeah, minimum.
Okay.
4, I think, is what the rule requires.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been like 6 or 7 notices.
Thank you.
So yeah, so those are very, very important. So they are going to next week shift efforts to actually replacing the lines that we replace while we're trying to get more of these right of entries in. So that's number 1. Number 2, there's 2 field orders that have been issued that we talked about. One of them is on 66, kind of in front of Angelo's, in that area right there. I think there's 5 connections, buildings that are connected to an old 2-inch line that's there. There is a parallel 10-inch line that's in that line. That is under the road. So we've been coordinating with NDOT. They helped us rush through a permit to get into the road, to fix that. Basically, what needs to be done is those businesses need to be taken off of that old 2-inch line, connected to the 10-inch line, or 10-inch line that's there. We don't know what the material is, so we don't know for sure if it's going to qualify for grant or something that need to come loan portion of it. So there is a potential exposure there. Worst case scenario, we're estimating somewhere around $20,000. But we've got a window of opportunity to get it done in the next 2 weeks before NDOT starts paving work. We don't want to have to come back into grant paving. So Love Excavating, let's start on that next week, get those relocated. And then we will monitor what the materials are to see how much of it's eligible. So, similar situation, field order number 2 is on Main Street, basically just 3rd Street. Some of those buildings are connected to a small 2-inch line in the alleyway. Don Wolf's told us about this for years. This has been an issue. There is another line out front in Main Street, so it's all on the south side of the They attempted to pothole and determine what the material was. I think 2 of the businesses there, 2 of the connections there, and it ruptured the main line. So it caused a leak in the main, just trying to investigate to see what. Don't stop. There's no reason even patching that line. The field order would be to relocate those services to the front. So minimally impact the sidewalk as minimal as possible, connect those to the main lines. Then they'll go back and dig up to determine what the material was of the existing line. That will tell us what's eligible for grant. So it's one of those where we can do the work first before we do the other. If we do the other, they may be out of water. So, yeah, we know 2 of them are led at least on the utility side, partial reimbursement for some of that. It's one where we do kind of hope we find lead, because if we do, it's eligible, it's all eligible for grant. Worst case scenario, it's not $100,000 we're estimating. But I really think we're going to find some lead, so it won't be much. But don't need action on it. We don't have an official change order for that. We issue a field order. Basically directs the contractor to make issue proposal costs back. But obviously, since we don't know.
Is anybody on this line? The one on Main Street?
Yeah, there's a couple.
Okay,
Yeah, it's not in a tree,
right,
but it's mostly.
that way, okay.
There's one service on the south side of the alley. I think it goes to the garage. We run on the 3-inch line up there. That will come out of the loan, but I'm sure pick up that houses that do pay for replacement work, only the service level replacement work. But that's the whole way to that it really doesn't exist.
Right.
So
Did you say you could reuse meters?
yes, yeah, so the meters will be reused because meters are not eligible to be paid for out of this. So the meters will be reused. The pit that they sit in, you can put it in the pit. And the idea there is just how this is connections. For some reason, it's eligible, you can put a new pit in and that's eligible, but you can't. So, yeah. That's it.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
I turned in more properties to the Board of Public Works that need to be cleaned up, either mowed or they just have a bunch of stuff hanging around. And so they approved it. I also took before them speed control. I had printed off several of these signs from Amazon that we can get to, their stencils that you can put on the road. There's 3 different properties on 5th Street. They have decided to get one of the speed lights, and I think I can take that out of the street budget. So we really, unless you guys want to pay it from seated or somewhere, and we can do that too. It's completely up to you guys. On 5th, so we'll actually put that on Seminary. And then on 5th, the food pantry, they've opted to go with a speed bump. Kind of right after the food pantry when you're going toward housing, because it's very congested in there and there's a bunch of kids that play and they dart out of cars and they're afraid someone's going to get hit. And so that'll slow everybody down, not to mention all the people that stop there to get food and get help.
And you said that was removable.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I believe we have one in the garage, so that probably won't cost us anything, unless we don't, but I'm pretty sure we do. On the River Road, we've had some problems with, people walking their animals and everybody speeding down there too quickly. And so we're going to put a sign up for 5 miles an hour. We're going to put a bunch of stencils on the road, and I'm going to order 1 stencil. We also have these stencils back here that we're going to paint on the road. If that doesn't work, then we'll find something stronger that will work. The sign that we put on Base Road, whenever Highway 66 was closed, seems to be working. I've had several people in that neighborhood tell me that it's working, because whenever something blasts your miles per hour up, then. So it's right as you come over the hill on Base Road, and it has been working and slowing everybody down. I'm going to let Eric talk a little bit about yeah.
Okay. So a couple of, probably 5 years ago, I'm gonna say now. I mean, we did a study for the wastewater project. We also did a study for water projects. Kind of the driver between that was we need to inspect both elevated water tanks. And there were noted rehabilitation needs when we did those inspections. It also had, I think McGuire Iron had looked at them recently, and obviously they haven't fixed themselves. So we still have rehabilitation needs. Water tanks typically need work done on them every 10, 15 years or so. And the thought process then was we were going to package all this in a project that also needs that we have a water plant to get it moved along, to get that all put together into one job. It's expensive. It's something that has to be bid out. It's not something that you can somebody to do the tanks. So obviously there's been some things that have impacted what we want to do with the water plant itself, and what funding may be available for that. The more immediate need being the tanks. They haven't been addressed years in the past. We did get that. So I think what we were wanting to do is kind of evaluate what we need there, if we need to expedite something on the water.
I mean, we're trying to wait until the sewer project can
Yeah.
calm down just a little bit. I just sprang this on him. He had to,
No, that's fine.
had to act on the fly.
And, we just recently down the road in Hamilton, I mean, we had the same thing. Their tanks were bad. It's not elevated. And we had helped them put in for a grant from Ultra to rehabilitate those. And while we were waiting on the grant this summer, the operator called me and sent me a picture and said, "Okay, tanks leaking on the bottom." So they just got awarded. And we're notified this week that they got awarded. So you'll see that. So so that's an option we may want to look at. Talk to Nathan at Region 15. Also,
But you said our situation was unique because we have two.
your situation is better, yes, definitely because you guys have two. Besides your community, a lot of communities will have one tank. So to do the work on the tanks, you have to drain it. Because you have a second tank, and both those tanks are the same elevation. You can run your system off of one tank while the other one's down. Do the work on that one, then you run your system off of the other tank. So that is definitely it's bad news, but but it's also good to see in a way you don't have separate pressure zones really. So everything right about that. So that same elevation. So that'll be good. But,
Yeah, I think I was just gonna get you guys' opinion on whether or not we should start investigating this and seeing even what we want to do with the water plant because it's aged too.
yeah, it's aged. The deal with the water plant too. It was designed. It was designed when the second treatment unit was added for a lot more capacity than what you guys use. So the original, the updated plan here was let's build a new plan for looking at the condition of the existing plan, and it does need rehabilitation. But, I mean, they're only running off of one of those treatments right now. And so the idea was let's build a new plan just on the other side of where Lucas is, where the wells are, and build for the capacity that we need. They need to service our needs. It's kind of weird because we're actually backing up and existing capacity. But we couldn't flip a switch and have that capacity. The facilities aren't in the shape. It never does whenever you talk about. So that was the original thought with that. So we do need to reevaluate that, and we need to look at what reasonable growth may be happening with some of the
Right,
economic development things that are going on in the area.
which is part of the reason why we've been holding off because we wanted to see what that looked like. If there's gonna be more housing, or if there's gonna be a big user move into the area.
Right. And that opens up funding as well. So if you have if you have beneficiaries, there are companies coming to town, expansions coming to town or something like that. You guys are eligible to apply to the EDA for economic development administration grants. And they really like that in this area. So they've already expressed interest. I know Region 15 has reached out to talk about that possibility, and they're definitely interested in Rockport. So if we do that, those opportunities, which it sounds like we take, that would be great. For
Okay.
both projects, all that project collective.
Okay.
So,
Maybe we can start researching the whole thing and
so
what grants and,
So we're
Bring
gonna
it
move
back.
forward on the water tower.
I think we look at it all collectively.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Definitely in the next year.
I should have
Okay.
said rehabilitating, not new.
yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And then it might,
Yeah, because, I mean, like the water tanks, for example, I mean, if you green lit that today, it's gonna be next year before you. It's a weather dependent situation, so you don't, generally from November through March, you're not doing any work. So,
and not to mention they get people in line and they're busy too.
Yeah.
Because there's not a ton of companies that do that, I don't think. Okay, so everybody wants to move forward on that?
Yes, go ahead. I just want to ask him, is if we executed or getting rid of old Stinky down there?
we are after Division B, so the collection system work that they're doing, after that's done, or part of their contract actually is gonna be to get rid of those stinky. So
Okay.
even though the new plant's up and running, we can get flow to it right now from the town.
We're looking maybe next summer.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
Right now, we're doing all the base road work,
Yeah, they're doing all the base road work, which is 2 pipes that are being installed, on base road right.
which desperately needs it too. So I've had, some figures for the pickleball concrete. I've got Mike Kamoff out now working out there, who's, fixing, putting in the pipe and so that we can have a walkover, and he's tearing up all the horseshoe pits. So Terry has, estimated what all of this might look like and how much it might cost us to get a concrete pad. We have had Lebanon give us a quote of $33,775. And there's some variation. So depending on what they uncover at what time, depends on how much rock they need to buy and fill. There's a whole bunch of different things, and everybody's busy this time of year. It's the concrete people's Super Bowl. So it's kind of one of those deals. If we can find someone that will do it, the way we are probably going to have to go if they're in our frame of money of what we want to spend. So there's a couple questions I need to ask you, whether or not we want bumpers or if we want curbs. So bumpers would be, I can't see any from here, but like you pull into IGA so that they don't have any either, that you can't move into the next parking spot. A curb would be like here, it would come up on the sidewalk and then walk across. So we need to decide that.
So what is normally done? I mean, did they offer a suggestion about a normal?
Yeah, I feel like curbs probably look better
Okay.
than bumpers. And considering how much money has been spent out there, that might be, and then in the middle, it would have ADA so that, a wheelchair could get up there easily. And then, so that's one thing that we need to decide. And so whenever they put all that in, they'll need to know if they need an extra stone base in there or not, depending on what, but I don't think that's anything they know until that work gets ready to get done. Then we have, on the street, there's a dip in the asphalt that goes down that probably needs to be fixed because all of that water comes off that hill, rushes all the way across and so it's going to tear all the concrete up. once it gets there and hits that wall. So we'll have to do a little bit of asphalt work there, and it's hard telling how much that's gonna cost until we're actually doing it and see how much of a difference there is between the parking lot and the road.
So do they put the drain on the side where the hill comes down first before it runs across the road?
I think it
To be
has
determined.
two natural paths.
Oh, okay.
You can kind of see it. If you go down there and look where the buildup is, and they've had rocks there from the past, always has like a little hill that all jumbles up and we have to go and clean all that up. But the rock back where it was, we're gonna fix all that with this dirt work. But there's just natural pathways that it's already picked. And then the striping. So this could, I feel like it could run anywhere from 30,000 to probably, I'm gonna say 37 to 38. And if it fits inside that window, you know, is it okay to pick whoever's not busy? So that we can get it done quickly as possible, or, you know, we could be doing this for maybe another year. If we don't get on somebody's, yeah,
So how do you decide whose list you want to be on? Is what I'm trying to delicately.
yeah, it's basically who can do it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's concrete companies out there, you call 5 of them,
Okay.
see where you can get put on their list.
Okay.
It's basically, you know, what would happen.
Right,
Yes,
if it's in this. Okay, yeah.
right.
And their ability to request quotes, right?
So it's under 50.
So do you want me to proceed with something like that, or do you want to pick a specific concrete contractor, or?
What does the public think?
Well, I think you probably you never do this. That's
Okay.
fault. I mean,
Yeah.
Yes,
don't just say, hey,
Yeah.
do it.
I mean, I feel like he's gonna call 3 to 5 people, get quotes from them. We would have to get quotes to make sure it fit in this little window.
He'll probably call people.
It will be.
Yeah.
And I don't think you have to obtain 3 quotes. I think you have to request. 3.
Yes,
So as long as you document that
okay,
you've called and done that, ask 3 different companies to do it. If you only get one, provide it.
right,
You only provide it.
right. Because some of them may say they're just too busy.
Yeah.
And we can't be put on their list.
Nice to have curbs. That's about
You need a motion for proceeding with this project.
I do. Do I, Chris?
I would do the motion.
To proceed? Okay, do I have a motion to proceed?
I'll make that motion, we proceed with those requested items.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
I,
If anyone wants to look, this is the drive, this is the drawing for, you know, what it's gonna look like out there. I didn't draw it. Patience.
Does Terry have a sheet or something on the dashboard, just say, no.
Yes, that was another thing that he had talked about too. So, and that's gonna be a little bit of a price difference. It's not a huge price difference whenever you go, but he was saying that we maybe should go 6-inch just because, if there's heavier equipment, or since it's public and there's gonna be a lot of people using it, that, you know, it's gonna last longer and be more durable than a 5-inch concrete. So those were some of the other things too. Thank you for bringing that up. And they're like a 3,000, not quite a $3,000 difference, you know, and having that be much stronger.
Before I made that motion, I should have asked which funding will you come out of?
I think we decided this I think we decided it seated. Yeah,
Next time.
yeah. You can go ahead and put that, and then that way, when the bill comes in, you'll pay it.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I spoke with Carolyn Kell. She had a huge tree outside of her house that kept dropping a bunch of limbs on all of her customers' cars. The last one did quite a bit of a damage. I thought the tree looked like it was in good shape, but she explained that it had mushrooms. And I guess whenever a tree has mushrooms growing in and around it, then there must be some kind of damage inside, some kind of rot. is what K&K Tree Service did. So she hired them to come out and take it down. It is in our easement. It cost her $3,540. I had also priced taking that tree down with Jacob Cheshire, and he quoted me 5,000. And then I reached out to Logan and he didn't get back to me. So, usually K&K is pretty competitive on their
They're very
bids. And she was wondering if we would reimburse her for some of it or all of it. And right now we have been dealing with reasonable easements. And I think we probably need to take a look at that for the future, because we have been spending a lot of money taking down trees and easements that we didn't plant.
Is our tree committee guy? He's not here, is he?
Well, I'm on the tree board. Rochelle was on the tree board. I've talked to Eric about it. Todd is on vacation.
Todd's on the tree board.
I haven't.
I'm not on it.
And Todd's out of town, so I haven't really talked to him about it. But, I think the tree board is gonna look at what that whole thing looks like and see what we can. I don't think other cities and towns do what we do as far as taking trees down. So I told Caroline I would bring it here, and I was wondering if you guys would approve $3,540 to reimburse her for taking the tree down.
You may want to make that motion.
Does anyone have any comments or
So
Questions
should
about
we
it?
do that or wait for the tree board is my question, I guess. Okay.
yeah, since she's already did it?
Yeah, she's already paid.
I think so.
Because when she did call me, I said, I don't know that they would take down a perfectly healthy tree, and she said it wasn't healthy.
And that's, it's a little bit, as you said, I've been through the past, but so that-
Okay,
This one done. Or
yeah,
see if we can come up with, so.
I like that too.
I would make that motion if we got, which one? Can you tell us which one?
Was seated, yeah.
I'll make that motion.
And then I'll just have her turn in the bill that she's already paid. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Yes.
On the tree board, is the tree part on that list, you have a list,
We,
the one
Do-
to the army tank.
Oh, yeah.
we've got one right as you pull in. There's one dead there too. Yeah. I have had someone go out there and mark off the trees that are not, that are not good, and they sent me pictures of all of them.
Yeah.
So I was gonna approach that with the tree board the next time we had a meeting to, try to determine which ones in the park needed to stay or go. I don't believe not. We probably paid it out of seated, to tell you the truth, because I don't think the Parks Board has a bunch of money. That's my opinion.
I have a question about the trees, because I know the people that we hired to do the mowing and the weed eating are essentially just killing the bottom of the trunk.
Hmm,
I mean, that if you're not careful,
mm-hmm,
yeah.
around.
And I don't know if there's something that could be put around the tree
Oh,
so that there's like 2 or 3 inches, 5 inches away from the tree so they don't kill. I
And
mean, you could
winds
go out and
don't-
look at the trees on the bottom because they've been weed eaten
ugh.
severely.
Well, the last little storm, that windstorm we had the other night, we've lost one in the southwest corner, a huge tree, and then one of them fell on top of the school building at the Pioneer Village. So they're trying to get those up now too, so I
Okay.
will go out there and look. I'll mention something to him too.
Okay. I mean, even if we have bark, we have mulch
Yeah,
from trees that we cut up.
I also tore out all of the bushes, Nedra's Grove.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna get some opinions of what to do there later. There was trees growing up in those bushes. It was just a horrible mess. And so I went ahead and had a chance to them all up so that we can just kind of start over. And I don't know if we should just hang where that rock wall is, or if we need to go back to that
Because there's a statue. It's like a walkway
Mhm.
into a statue, but not into because you have to go around the statue to get into the park.
Yeah.
Or the village.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what that looks like too. And I was gonna take that before the Parks Board.
I need to know how much we're paying for the tree procurements and where we're paying it
$3,540. Do you guys
from.
want to pay from Seeded? Do I have a motion to pay it from Seeded? Well, I think we did, but I don't know if I said Seeded. Okay, good. Okay, I've been speaking with Teresa Williams from Smithfield Baptist Church. It's one of the oldest Black churches in the area. I think there's something about it in the Evansville Museum. They have hired a grant writer themselves to fix the church back up. I recently reached out to a commissioner and Mr. Sifley from the Historic Commission.
Society.
Yes, society, sorry. And to have them write letters to her and the grant writers for support and redoing the church and how much we value having it here. My talks recently with her was I was going to get some type of marker to put outside the church that told history. But now it seems that everybody are doing like QR codes so that you can scan it, read everything about it on your phone. And we can also tie that to our website. So that's something that I'm looking in. I don't really need any motions or anything. I was just telling you that we are working on that. And I was hoping to have some kind of QR code so that you could walk all the way down Main Street. Either we put them on our light posts or something, because they make them out of metal now. You know, it's not just like a plastic thing hanging and swaying in the air, and tell the history of every building that we have on Main Street and who was there and what happened there and any other, you know, interesting place. The county did one out at the Pioneer Cemetery. And so I was gonna go out and have a look at theirs to see what they've done. I think they did it on Amazon. So I've gotta learn how to do that. So the next one is we have ordinance number 2026-7 for Mr. Wishart.
Ordinance 2026-7 is the ordinance for additional appropriations. Will appropriate an additional $100,000 for payroll redevelopment commission grants from the seeded fund. It's been 100 times.
Do I have a motion to accept ordinance 2026-7 for additional appropriations?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
I-
And that was for a police officer and what else? I can't remember. Pardon me?
Street department.
Thank you.
And the next two ordinances are related. Ordinance 2026-08 is an ordinance establishing an ordinance violation of the City of Rockport, Indiana, according to the city treasurer violations clerk. The Ordinance Violations Bureau is just a method of dealing with violations, ordinance violations, collecting fines, and allows the clerk to administer those. And when ordinance is issued, the person receiving the violation or the ticket can admit it, sign it, and send it in with the fine as opposed to so getting out of place. And so that's the first ordinance, 2026-08.
Do I have a motion to accept 2026-8, appointing the clerk as the violations clerk?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
The 2026-09 is an ordinance designating certain ordinance violations for disposition through the City of Rockport Ordinance Violations Bureau. We have to identify which ordinances can be administered through this process. This ordinance simply says that existing ordinances where the violation penalty is a specific penalty in the current code of ordinances not to exceed $250, then it's eligible for disposition this method. So we'll create a list of what those are, but this way You can kind of start immediately to administer those ordinance violations. This method.
Not to exceed 250,
Yeah,
each violation or total
each
violation.
violation.
Do I have a motion to accept ordinance 2026-9 for the ordinance violations?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And the last thing is I gave everybody our flyer. Our fireworks were canceled on 4th of July and we have rescheduled for September 6th. We have 2 bands, Blackbird Creek and Beginner's Luck playing starting at 4 o'clock. Fireworks will be at dusk and we're gonna have food trucks and just a day of fun. It'll be Sunday, September 6th. So hope to see you guys all there. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
You gotta be kidding.
You told